me head. Living running from the dead. I go and say don't run me lad. Come let me play a game of card. When it's now I'm running in truth. The foot sticking on my root. I fall long inside that tomb. I get up with a zoom zoom zoom.
This is Caribbean Vibes.
In this troubled world today, love has been replaced by envy and hatred. Little does anyone care for this life we live.
And good night to you, Grenada, Carriacou, and Martinique. Once again, it is time for Talking Points. My name is Sheldon Scott, and I'm with you up until the 10 o'clock hour. It's now 15 minutes after the hour of 8 o'clock. I've been battling for the last few minutes to get the Facebook to come on. Yeah, some funny business took place in the background there, yeah. So we are unable to get onto Facebook tonight, yeah. No, see, same thing I tried to avoid. Some of that happened just a while ago. So we're only live on YouTube tonight. I apologize to those who usually follow us on the Facebook.
This is Caribbean.
But as you know, when it's not on, yeah, you just come across and, you know, you come across and you check us on the YouTube. You understand? Yeah.
Showing true confirmation of man, injustice to man. That's why I say, yeah. It's like a demon in himself, without a care for no one else. It's like a beast among his own, so I love them so alone.
Yeah, we're not only going back in time with the music tonight, but we go back in time with some videos and so in between. You understand? Yeah.
It's like a robot.
Not the normal one where we go back and yeah, it could be a little different. Yeah. Just to give you all a reminder, it's taking place this Sunday, NNP Women International Women's Day celebration. And that's going to be taking place at the Grenada Trade Center starting from 2 p.m. this Sunday. And it's under the theme Give to Gain. There'll be a special presentation on domestic violence by Lady Anande Trotman Joseph. Good night to you, Lady Anande. There'll be cultural presentations, local craft on sale.
This is Caribbean Vibe.
And there'll be the honored guest speaker, the Honorable Jean Augustine. She will be there as well. So remember, I hope you've already organized your transportation, etc. That's the NNP Women. They're having International Women's Day celebrations this Sunday starting at 2 p.m. at the Grenada Trade Center under the theme Give to Gain. See, I had to pull the old radio advertising voice there and thing, you know. Yes, indeed, folks. Let me say a special good night to all of you joining us via We Noise TV and We Noise Radio, yeah? I could just play music all night, and believe me. A Friday night, yeah. Shake a little leg, man. To you, Mr. Bethel, and the lovely lady. That you all are having a wonderful night tonight. Martin and your lovely wife, good night to both of you. Mr. and Mrs. Cruikshank, it's been a while, but good night to both of you. All of the lovely listeners of Talking Points. Mammy George, good night. Once again, we do apologize to the listeners via Facebook. We weren't able to get onto the Facebook tonight. I'll tell you all what happened. I signed off last night. I signed out everything. Signed on now, went to sign into the Facebook. and the Facebook profile was changed. Now I alone have access, well, supposed to be me alone have access to this thing, and the Facebook profile was changed from the normal Facebook profile. Folks, remember, we are looking for your donations. Those of you that can, we know not everybody can, but those of you that can, remember to check the Go to Effect link, and you could make your donation there. Just making sure I get to my magic number before we get into it for tonight. I haven't seen that magic number yet, man. Yeah, just looking for a few more and then we get into it for tonight, yeah? Good night to you, MS, yeah? Good night to you, LS. MF, good night. Moko Joseph, you need to contact me. Please WhatsApp me on the studio WhatsApp. Please, Moko and Chris London, both of you, please WhatsApp me on the studio WhatsApp. Drop me a message because I'm looking for both of your numbers and I cannot seem to find it. So Chris London and Moko, please WhatsApp me, yeah? The problem, I'm not able to find both of you. I'm looking for your numbers and I cannot seem to find it. All right, folks. Yeah, so let's get started. But before we get started, just some reminders here. Yeah, nice. Yeah, beautiful.
G Enterprise invites you to a fun-filled Easter egg hunt on Saturday, March 28, 2026 at Aubrey's Supermarket, Westerhall Point Gap, starting time 12 noon. Kids will love the exciting egg hunt, games, musical chairs, face painting, and sweet treats, plus a chance to find golden eggs with cash prizes inside. The egg hunt is just $10, so bring the entire family out for an afternoon of kids fun, laughter, and Easter excitement. For more information, call 473-406-1322 or 473-449-0369. It's the Easter egg hunt on Saturday, March 28, 2026 at Aubrey Supermarket, Westerhall Point Gap, 12 noon. Be there.
Are you ready to take your brand to the next level? Look no further than the Chameleon Design Studios, the creative powerhouse behind Key Central and dozens of standout brands across Grenada and beyond. From web designs, animations, and motion graphics to custom video productions, we bring your visions to life with unmatched efficiency and professionalism. Need a logo? Logo design starts at just $1,500, and our starter pack includes brochures, call cards, and letterheads. Whether you're launching a new business, revamping your identity, or telling your story visually, Chameleon Design Studios is the new face of designs. Call us now at 1473-422-8601 or scan that QR code. Follow us on Instagram at chameleon_473. Let's communicate. Call us today.
For more information, contact We Noise TV at 929-445-4463, or you can email us at wenoisetv@gmail.com. We Noise TV, the leading streaming provider. Anytime, anywhere, any screen. Access to your favorite HD contents with prices as low as ever. Choose from monthly, quarterly, or yearly payments. This worldwide service is flexible for you to keep up with all your favorite programs, shows, movies, and local programming from home no matter where you travel to. Worldwide TV channels right at your fingertips wherever you are. Latest in live sports, binge watch all your favorite TV shows, movies on demand, videos on demand. You can pause, rewind, fast forward anytime. Never miss 1 minute in entertainment important to you. No contracts, no added prices for sports or premium packages. We certainly don't have to pull tricks like cable and satellite companies. Our product speaks for itself and beyond. We Noise TV. We have everything like Netflix, Disney, Amazon. Watch your favorite movies, TV shows, and series with our services. With our service, you will get rid of all other subscriptions. For more information, contact We Noise TV at 929-445-4463, or you can email us at wenoisetv@gmail.com.
Yeah, so let's get into it for tonight, huh? Yeah. Sometimes you have to give people reminders of certain things, eh? Things that were said, things that were done, things that were promised, yeah? But just before we get into that tonight, we bad like that, isn't it? Yes, folks, so the CPI has come out. That's the CPI for December. So the CPI for December, that has come out. And let me just pull it up for you all to see the CPI and so on, what they've been saying. Right? So yeah, that's just the information in relation to that aspect of it. And they're claiming there was a decrease in prices was recorded in the groupings as follows: alcohol, beverages and tobacco, housing, water, electricity, gas and other fuels, health, transport, miscellaneous goods and services. These decreases resulted from a drop in the price of rum, electricity, the 100-pound cylinder of cooking gas, pharmaceutical products went down. Not as far as I saw. Motor vehicle fuel and personal care products, I ain't seen no. Listen. When it comes to the fuel, that fluctuates, so we understand. And we know that we're going to get hit with some serious increases. Remember, these are the same people that have removed they've removed the buffer that we had. The cap. They've removed it. So now Grenada is open to all of the price increases that are happening. Today, I think a barrel of oil hit over $90 on the world market today. And believe me, while that happened today, it will trickle down to Grenada in the next couple months is when you will feel it. Yeah, and you definitely will feel it. Because the price of oil has gone sky high and may even climb higher if what is taking place in the Middle East continues, expands, or gets worse. And if the blockade that is taking place in the Straits of Hormuz. That's what they say, Hormuz. Yeah, what is taking place there? If that gets out of hand and ships are not able to traverse, that's 5% of the world's oil, prices are going to go even higher. You've had some of the oil producing states saying that they are cutting supply. Now, understand something here. War is taking place, bombs are flying, jets flying, passing through, all of these things taking place. Part of the reasoning here is that these people see a bonanza, they could make extra money. So they know if they reduce output right now, the price is going to increase, and down there they're going to be making much more money. It's not that they're scared and they're closing and they're going to make. Some folks are saying they're wondering why the government of Trinidad is supportive of what is taking place. They must be supportive. They're oil producing country. They're going to be making more money, especially if this thing continue for longer. They're going to be making billions more than they were going to make otherwise. They are oil producing country. Yeah, so when you hear these things, you have to understand it in context. It's not just that, they're wicked and they this. No, they're going to be making more money. They're oil producing country. Yeah. So we have well, at least they claim decreases in these different areas. Alcohol and so beverages and tobacco, it could have raised by 1,000,000%. They mean care. Housing, water, electricity, gas. I don't know how water price dropped when they put tax on it, but they claim that the water price has gone down. Yeah, I know how, because they didn't change the tax as far as I know. Electricity, similarly. And when it comes to housing, no. As far as we know, try and get a place to rent in the south of the island, you go find out if the price of rentals gone down. Yeah. And if you are someone that on medication, similar to myself, if you're on medication, you would know that the price of pharmaceutical products didn't go down. But so they claim. So, I mean, there's the data they're giving to the international bodies like the IMF and so on. But that's what they claim. Okay, we walk in with what they say. Right? And it says here, despite the overall decrease in the index, the grouping food and non-alcoholic beverages recorded an increase in price. This resulted from a rise in the price of cereals and other products. So cereal that you have to get for your children and so on. And some of us big people we eat, or cornflakes and them kind of thing. And yeah, all of that. Right, that increase. Bakery products increase, pasta products increase, pork increase, deli meat, that increase, preserved fish, that increase, milk, that increase, eggs, increase, edible oils, fresh fruits increase, fresh vegetables increase, other food products, they're just everything else, right, food, that increase, coffee, tea, and cocoa products, that increase, mineral water increase, yeah? And they said the other groupings remain relatively constant. If that is so, I should have just put them there too. Anyway, let me see down here. When compared to you see what they did here? They should have actually put all the other groupings here in this section here. They should have put it for the period, but they leave it out because you might be seeing that nearly all of them have increases. So when they say relatively constant, we cannot trust the word of the Ministry of Finance in relation to this. Yeah, you should have just put it here. But they still come to say, when compared to the corresponding month of last year, December 2024, the index moved from 120.18 index points to 120.86 index points in December 2025, recording an increase of 0.57%. This rise is attributed to increases in all groupings within the basket. Everything increase. Between December 2024 and December 2025, they are telling you that everything increase. Yeah, they said in all groupings within the thing. So everything increase. Yeah, and that's what we've been saying. That's what you've heard the leader of His Majesty's opposition speaking on this issue. Yeah, and let's just go down. Forget the groupings now. Rice has increased by 3.68%. That's a significant increase. Cereals and other products, bread, pasta products, poultry, deli meats, fresh fish, preserved fish, milk, cheese, eggs, butter, margarine, edible oils. And edible oils is an area, remember, that this government was claiming that they actually lowered prices in relation to. But we are seeing that there's actually an increase between 2024 and 2025. That is supposed to be one of the areas that there was supposed to be decrease, but their own figures are saying that instead of a decrease, there is an increase in relation to edible oils and so. Yeah? Fresh fruits, well, you know what going on with fresh fruits already. Significant increases there, 2.99, nearly 3%. Preserved fruits increase. Frozen vegetables increased by 3.29%. Jams and jellies increased by 5.96%. Other food products, 2.24%. Coffee, tea, cocoa products, that increased by 3.7%. Water increased between 2024 to 2025, December 2024 to 2025. It has increased by 5.53%. Soft drinks 0.72%. Fruit juices 2.31%. Rum, beer, cigarettes, clothing, materials, men's clothing, women's clothing, children and infants clothing. And children and infants clothing have a higher increased percentage than women and men's clothing. So it's more difficult for you. They're saying make more children and then it's more difficult to clothe your children. 3.76% increase. Clothing accessories 0.79%. Men's, let me see it here. Oh, no. They've mixed up something here. Men's, and then they have rental of housing. So a woman doesn't rent housing too. Anyway, 0.56%. Material for the maintenance and repair of dwellings. Service to the maintenance and repair of dwelling. Electricity has increased between 2024 to 2025 by 0.23%. Remember, these are the figures that are coming out of the Ministry of Finance. Let me just repeat. These are not figures that are coming out from the New National Party. These figures showing the increases are not coming out from the New National Party. These are coming out from the Ministry of Finance. Yeah? So the 100-pound cooking cylinder increase 1.21%. Non-durable household goods, pharmaceutical products have increased by 2.26% between December of 2024 to December of 2025. Medical services have increased by a massive 4.80%. For you to go by the doctor, for you to get treatment, for you to do a minor procedure, for you to do a dental procedure, whatever it is, unless you're going by gentle dental care, they go under your proper there. But all of that has increased. Spare parts and accessories for personal transport. Spare parts, let me repeat, spare parts have increased by 10.22%. So if you are spending $1,000, you're spending $1,122. Yeah, about that. $1,122, I think it is. Should be about that. Passenger transport services by air. And you see the spare parts and accessories for personal transport here? It is affecting the busmen. It is affecting the busmen. You could put personal transport, but at the end of the day, we know the busmen going to the same places and buying some of the same parts. So they are directly affected. They are the bad road already that we're paying extra for. Remember, they put an additional tax. So we're paying extra for good roads. And we have worse roads since that happened. Like they decide, nah, let me teach them a lesson. So we have worse roads since then. And now spare parts and accessories for personal transport has increased between December of 2024 to December of 2025 by 10.22%. Passenger transport services by air, you're taking the plane, has increased by 5.73%. Telephone services have increased by 0.10%. Cultural services 9.54%. Books by 2%. Pre-primary and primary education, you have your children in the preschool, the private schools and so on. Yes, that has increased as well by 0.82%. Tertiary education 2.16%. Restaurant services increase. Care of the elderly remains massive. It has increased by 33.33%. Yeah? Something that should have been in place for our elderly people and thing increased by that. I mean, come on. Care for the elderly. You're knocking it out of the hands of the average person to be able to take care of the elderly. What are they trying to do? Make a situation where our elderly end up out on the streets because we can't care for them. 33.33%. You're telling me that the government ain't looking at these figures. And by now saying, hey, but you know when we say it on talking points, they go rush and do it now. You're telling me that they can't look at that and say, hey, we need to do something. This is a dangerous thing. You might just have to find elderly people on the streets and so on. You've already have the situation here in Grenada, and we need to admit that it happens. When it's carnival time, let me repeat, when it's carnival time, you know what some people do in this country? There are some people who have the elderly relatives that purposely get them sicker, so that they end up in the hospital. Or they might think I'm talking craziness. I'm speaking from what I've heard from the hospitals themselves. That there are people that purposely get the elderly extra sick. Yeah? So they give them diarrhea or some kind of thing, and they have to go into the hospital for the period of carnival. Yeah? So that they could get to go on Lime and so. Some of them do it to their children. All you think is joke, serious thing. We have to have these conversations as a people, you know. There are people that are doing this thing. They go in and they get in their children sick when it's carnival time so they could drop them in the hospital. So they get the line for the whole carnival. They could go all show, they could go all kind of thing. There's some crazy people out there, you know. But the only thing is I need to hear some arrests with them kind of thing. That's what we need to hear. That when them kind of thing taking place, that we have some arrests taking place as well. Yeah? So folks, that is the consumer price index. You know, once we get it, we always try to share it with you and let you all know what is taking place in relation to the cost of living here in Grenada. An issue, as I said, that was raised by the leader of His Majesty's opposition quite recently. So folks, we're going to get into it. I wonder which one I'm playing first by. Let me see what this one. Let me see what this one was in relation to by. I wonder, yeah. I think I have a thing here. Let me see how that song in there.
Influence their peers instead. The third pledge.
No, that song ain't coming from me. That song coming from the actual video itself. Eh? So you might have to bear a bit to this one. I know I ain't too thing on the plot, you know. But anyway, let me hear something there.
Fourth pledge is that they would not be a slave to material things or anything that can influence them negatively, example the use of marijuana, alcohol, but that they would work daily to fully separate themselves from those negatives. The fifth pledge is that they will not waste their...
Just to let you all know, this is the Honorable Emlyn Pear. Back when she was Senator, the Honorable Emlyn Pear, that is back in the Senator days and thing. Excuse me. Honorable political leader, we go excuse the plot. Yeah, that was back when she was Senator, the Honorable Emlyn Pear. And you in fact, let her see. You'll hear what they're talking about. I will let the entire thing play. Yeah.
But that they would participate in positive programs and activities provided through the youth department. The sixth pledge is that they will not be passive in the fight against youth violence, but that they will be role models and ambassadors, and they would also encourage and enroll others to do the same. The seventh pledge is that they will not depend on their own strength to be successful, but that they would commit to attending weekly personal and spiritual development sessions organized through the youth department. And number 8, not to keep in their possession items which can tempt them to be violent, but to hand over any dangerous items which they may have kept with the thought of being violent, or which, if in their possession, may tempt them to be violent. And as I've said before, there are about 25 of such persons involved who would have already signed on to this probably about 3-4 weeks ago. And those are persons who were working with prior to that, and we would have seen signs that they are in some way or the other serious about making a commitment. And in my capacity as Minister for Youth, I have pledged my 100% support to those persons and would continue to give them whatever necessary assistance is important to them to ensure that they are successful in their initiative. At this point, I want to invite Ryan and Vachelle
two of the guys, I think, are really interested in being part of the leadership of this. They have already started in that. I think Ryan is an excellent example of one such person who have gone off on one track and has come across with a bang, I would say, and is not just about coming across with a bang, but has really been influencing others to do likewise. Vachel the same, while Vachel's story might be a lot more dramatic than Ryan to an extent, based on the environment that he came from. I think Vachel, in my opinion, and I say this to him all the time, has tremendous potential. And sometimes what we find very interesting, as a matter of fact, I said to one of the guys who have signed on to this, you have seriously demonstrated that book sense is not common sense. And I was speaking to a young man who had 9 or 10 O-levels and 4 A-levels. And he has already spent some time in prison. And he smiled, but I said to him, you're an excellent example that book sense is not common sense. And we made a joke out of it. But I'm saying to you, among those persons, we may think these are persons who are underachievers, persons who have not achieved anything. But like Vachel, you would find many persons are very intelligent and would have done very well in school, right? And so I want to again say to those who are here, the two who are representing the group who are here, that I am very proud of the decision that you've made. And not just proud of the decision, but proud of what you have been doing so far to ensure that you get the message across. So I would probably invite Ryan to probably make a few comments, and then Vachel can do likewise.
Pleasant good morning to everyone here. My name is Ryan Smith. I'm a youth used to be involved in a lot of gang-related violence. But then Jah the Creator opened my eye and make me realize that this thing wrong, you know, and he make me see the light. Jah make me see the light, yeah, for sure.
So folks, I hope that you all can hear what is being said during this. I really hope that you all are hearing. I know that the humming might be a bit annoying, but it's so important for you to see this, because this was part of the initiative by the Ministry of Youth under the guidance and leadership of the Honorable Emlyn Peer to address the gang violence that was taking place in Grenada at that point in time, where we created the Badness Out of Style program. So you're seeing some of the young folks who were involved in that program at that point in time, when the Ministry of Youth, when you had a Ministry of Youth, not that excuse for a ministry that you have right now, that waste that you have. You have capable people within the ministry that are not being properly utilized. So I'm not blaming the staff. I know the staff. Some of the staff are staff that we brought in. So I know the staff. But there is no leadership there. They need to fire all of them who are in the leadership positions within that ministry. Well, no, it's not even a ministry, it's a division. Yeah? So let's continue hearing a bit of Ryan, and I think Vachel is there as well.
I'm in the light. I'm willing to help plenty other youths come into the light. So I decided to join up with Miss Emlyn Peer with a Badness Out of Style movement to try and go around this country to convert enough youths from being bad boys into good boys, you know. And all this thing it's positive youths like me who willing to see change in this country, parents who care about the future of the youths, and a God-sent minister of youth. And we have it all. So we just have to join hand in hand together and make this thing work. You know? Yeah, man. So,
hey, good morning, everyone. Well, my name is Vachel Edmond from Grenada, St. George's. Well, I was a former member of the Bloods. I know that I decided to make a change working with Miss Emlyn Peer for 1 year now. You know, I just decided to get the youths in my area to go on a different level. So I try and work hard with them now, and we form a new, how I should put it, organization then to get the youths in positive activities. So I am a part of the members working with everyone to get a part of everything. So I just want to say to the public and to the youth, you know, try and get in it, and everything is nice, you know, because right now we want to do it more positive and better.
Yeah, well, me again, I could plainly see that the Spirit of God is using Miss Emlyn Peer in this time to prevent Grenada from getting as Jamaica and Trinidad when coming to crime and violence. So I trust that every parent that care about the youth gonna help Miss Emily parent any way they can. Yeah man, enough respect.
There we've had it from the minister as well as two of the young men involved in the Badness Out of Style program. I know we're running short on time, so at this point in time I'd like to invite questions from the media to the panel.
Oh, just in case some people has asked where I was, that where I used to be. Alright, nice, yeah. Excuse the color of the shirt and them kind of thing, but I know it used to go in them days.
Any of the issues, be it the session that is taking place today, be it on Youth Month or be it on the Badness Out of Style movement.
Yeah, well, still being out of it, I still, watch my back because I know he's still a man who have, threats for me, still sending threats, still telling me, that they would deal with nothing, but I just pray to Almighty God, keep my back, so I never really worry nothing because most of the time I stay home, I don't go to parties and stuff, shit. I never really worry.
Spending most of my time lying by the streets, right? Begging for $1 and all them kind of things. But now I walk in and everything, I have my own business. And instead of spending an hour by the side of the road begging for $1, sometimes you're lucky and get it. No, I could work for $80 for 1 hour in my business, With the other things. Well, I have a farm. And I also have a lot of farm equipment, so I use them to provide service to people. Like tractor service, grass cutting and all these things. Yeah.
If I could just make one point, Blossom. Now, of course, the activity this morning doesn't allow us to go into a lot of details because I'm sure Ryan might want to say a lot more. But of course, we can provide another opportunity when we can go into a little more details. But two things I just want to point out. Now, Vashal is very correct that part of this initiative has to be the provision of protection. Now, I'll give you just two examples. Now, Vashal had to come to my office yesterday and I had to send transport to pick him up and then I had to drop him back after, right? Because the situation is one in which there are some persons like himself who would be targeted. There are some persons who we have employed at a particular institution and we have to incur the cost of having transportation, pick them up at home, drop them off at the work site, and pick them up at the work site, drop them back home. So we sort of provide that kind of protection as much as is possible. We also work in collaboration with the police. For example, last week there was one incident where I had to get a police officer to go to meet one of the guys on the job because someone actually came there to probably attack him or something of that sort. So that kind of protection, we also are working in collaboration with the police as much as is possible. One of the newest initiatives with the police as it relates to protection, we have recently agreed that, as a matter of fact, some months ago, I actually had a meeting with the commissioner of police and the hierarchy of the force together with a group of the guys, including Vashel, was at that meeting as well. And the commissioner has pledged, as a matter of fact, he has assigned an officer who is to work along with the youth department as it relates to assisting and supporting these guys who decide to get out. Now, one of the things that I also want to mention is not just the point of employment. In the case of of Ryan here. Now, we have been able to assist him to get into small business development. So whereas some of the guys like Vashel was able to be working at a particular place with somebody, some persons have been able to set up their own businesses, and Ryan here was able to benefit from some $10,000 plus, where he was able to get his farm operation going. And that is why I always dwell that Ryan is really an excellent example of how you can turn around and use your energies in a different way, because when you go up to his farm and you see his operation, he's very hardworking. And as he said to you before, he would stand by the block and beg for $1, but now he probably has the potential to make more than me now. Based on where he's going, he'll soon get there and pass me by the way. So I really want to encourage them. And all of them, of course, it's a press conference, but during Youth Month, we're going to have an activity where we're going to bring all of them together. And part of it would also be the inviting of persons to hand over weapons and so on. In one case, we have commitment of persons to hand over weapons, of course, that are illegal, right? And I'm saying that we have seen behaviors and attitude and actions by these persons that demonstrate. And that is why I said why most people are becoming traumatized, while most people are becoming discouraged, I feel a very strong sense of hope. Because I am out there with some of those persons. We have to work to get the situation under control, but I think there's a lot of hope.
Yeah, Ryan, I'm from GIS. I want to ask you one thing. Have you invited, remember you was from a gang, have you invited the members to turn themselves over to Jesus Christ or to your farm work, to leave the blocks on everything?
I can't hear you very clearly. Can you speak a little louder?
Yeah, I was saying, have you invited the crew members to leave the blocks or to come on your farm, help your work, help the country, or whatever?
They're not really interested in them kind of work, you know? I was trying to speak to them, but they're not interested in that work.
But yeah, but
like they just don't see the light yet, so this is why we trying to make them see the light.
But someone speak to you, so and you listen.
Yeah.
So I say someone speak to you and you listen. So
I hear you. Yeah, well, that's my job to speak to a lot of people. I always speaking to them, you know. Because the fact that I was in the darkness, I come from the darkness into the light. I know how bad it is to be in the darkness and how good it is to be in the light. So I try to help every youth to reach in the light, you know. And that is why Ms. Emily Fair had the badness out of style movement, and I given it my all. Help as much youth as possible. Come on.
Okay, any other questions from members of the media?
Yes, I speak to a lot of youth and they listen. Some of them pretend to listen and then I see them do the wrong thing again, but a lot of them listen. Especially those who knew how I was, you know, who knew how I was.
Any final questions? We're running short on time.
Good morning. I'm from MTV. I'm Carol Nathan. Just a little way off the program. Today, youths are involved in indecent images on the internet. Are you planning to deal with them in any way? Come together, form?
Well, I listened to your presentation and your comments last night on the news. Of course, now I can put a name to the face. But let me say that there are a number of issues out there, including the one that you just spoke about. Now, that particular one, many persons are referring to it as something new. But I can't say that I can say it's something new. It's probably not something that has been open as it has become, that you can put a face and a specific, activity to a face. But I believe that, again, all of those issues that we speak about are activities that call for, and issues that call for collaboration. Now, I really want to stress this, and persons who have listened to me over the years would hear me stress the point of the need for stronger families and for stronger homes. When I say that, I mean the family has to take responsibility for ensuring that it is turning out to our society children that we can be proud of. So parents need to accept their responsibilities and accept it seriously. Now, when they go out into the school now have a responsibility to partner with the home to ensure that they're working together, and of course the community. Now, if we do it in isolation, we would continue to have the problems that we have. And that is why I continue to appeal to all concerned, the police, the community, the school, the church, what have you. There is an important role for everyone. And again, I'm saying we have to remember that we're now part of a global community. So it means that things you never heard about in Grenada, that is international and more popular international, you would be hearing more about it here because we have more exposure to the internet, we have more exposure to television, and those things are becoming right in our living room. They are coming. So it means that our young people would explore, they would participate in activities that are not normal or socially accepted. But again, I want to stress that all sectors concerned have a very important role, and I want to appeal to parents that we cannot be parents and young people at the same time. And when I say this, I'm speaking specific to our young people who are parents, that when you become a parent, you have to give up certain things, certain pleasure that you may have enjoyed before becoming a parent, and now have to take more seriously responsibility of parenthood. And I want to say it's not an easy task, I assume, for anybody, but we have to continue to work together in supporting these persons. And that is why we have the Young Parents Support Program, where we try through the youth department to provide those kind of support services for young parents. But we have to accept that responsibility seriously. And I'm convinced if we are able to control it at home, it would not get into the community. Despite the amount of peer pressure, if we are able to control it at home, it would not get out into the community. So again, I just want to call on everybody. The media also have a very important role to play, and we can only play our role better and better and better. So we should not be comfortable that we are playing our role the best way possible, any one of us. But we have to continue to do what we're doing even better in terms of reaching out to our young persons and the many problems that we may have facing us.
Okay. If there are no more questions from the media, I would like to once again thank you all for coming out today. We know today there are several activities. There's one major activity in the south of the island we know that the media is covering. And we'd like to thank you all for seeing the importance of today's activity and to coming out to the Department of Youth Development's
themselves to be used positively to influence their peers instead.
Yeah, you see, I had to pull the hair to the front. No, yeah, the hair get longer than that, don't worry. That is to tell you how long ago that was. Yeah, you see the hair back in them thing, yeah, the hair short. The hair, the short, you understand? Yeah, you only realize the thing proper now. The thing proper they know, man. Yes, indeed. But folks, I played that because I wanted you to remember the Honorable Emlyn Pierre ain't just parachute into a political organization as leader. She has worked many years with the young people of this country in various capacities, because she has worked as, in fact, coordinator of youth, assistant coordinator of youth. She has worked as a teacher. She has worked as the senator with responsibility for youth development, minister of youth development, minister of education, has worked with our people and our young people for their development over the years. Yeah? So you worked with these people over the years. And that's not all, you know. Let me see if I can find another one here. Ah, yes. So this was Imani trainees. When people tell you about Imani trainees, yeah, let me just, yeah, wow. Yeah, nearly made a mistake there. So these are Imani trainees. Come on, thing. What are you doing there? Yeah, back to this. Nice. Yeah, these are Imani trainees. If I remember correctly, these are Imani trainees of St. John, where they went out to assist various families out there in St. John. Boy, you start to joke that camera all over the place, we? So it wasn't just a thing that they want to give you the impression that you just had Imani trainees and they were there and some of them ain't going to work and collect a salary at the end of the month. Nonsense. These were some of the community projects that the Imani trainees were involved in. They had to be involved in community projects. When people try to give you the impression that nothing was taking place and that kind of thing, yeah, you had to let them know, no, it had a lot of things that were taking place. So this was their visit. This was them delivering stuff to different families, needy families within St. John. Yeah. They went out there and they met these people. They knew people in their communities because the Imani trainees were from the communities. So they went out there and they met with the people in the communities and they came and assisted them. Yeah. They came out there and they assisted them. So they were all over. But they want to give you the impression that the Imani program was such a bad program. Is it a bad program? Is it a bad thing to have the young people here doing what you're seeing them doing, going out in the community there? Yeah? Where they were going out in the community and assisting elderly, assisting different people out in their homes, going out to different homes in different parts of St. John and assisting them. Was this a bad thing? Can any of you honestly say that this was a bad thing and that they should not have done that sort of thing? Or that they should not have been engaged? Ask yourselves, where are these young people now? Where are these young people now? Because under this administration, we know what has been taking place. So where are these young people now? I see one at least I know is a teacher right now. Full teacher, fully in the ministry. And I'm so proud of that young person that I saw there because I know the struggle. And I know the amount of time that they went back to write the same exam to make sure they got the qualifications to become a teacher. And now they're a full teacher. And there are other stories in each of the faces that you're seeing there. Yeah? Many other stories in the faces that you're seeing there. Oh boy, this one dark. Let me see if the microphone was actually working that time. You know it doesn't work.
For us, we want to help somebody else.
Go of St. John's. I'm very proud to be providing help to those who need help with the Imani program. We have made many people happy and we'll continue to do so. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Kayla Patterson. I'm from the Imani program, teaching at the Florida Government School. We came up with this program to distribute food hampers to the poor people in the community, less fortunate, and people that cannot work or help themselves, because there are people that don't have anything and we have in abundance. Some of us, we don't have much, but we can help somebody else, and what God has provided for us, we want to help somebody else. And we just thank God for helping us through this journey. We've been through many houses and the people were blessed, and we thank Him for His guidance and strength.
I challenge the NDC, show me all your videos now of the programs that all you do for the young people. Yeah, I challenging them now. Show me their programs of the young people that they have assisted and the young people that are out there working and so on, that they have, show me all your own. I'm showing you mine. Show me all your own. Yeah? I could show more, you know. Community Project Imani Trainees Town of St. George. Yeah? These were the Imani trainees from the town of St. George many, many years ago. So when all your pass and all of the city place, white was the Imani trainees that went and do that. Yeah? They were the ones that went and paint there as a community project. It had one of them, I think, even had a 1 foot, you know. Yeah, and they were there as well. Differently abled as they were. So when you hear people say Imani this and Imani that, and so let them know. And this was, if I remember correctly, a Sunday morning that they went out there to do this project. They were giving back to their community. What program does the NDC have right now that has young people engaged, learning something, and still giving back to their community? What program they have now? What program can they show now? But them supposed to be party at youth and we the young people and all kind of thing. All this what young people. Some all you deserve to go and sit down on the bamboo bench and wait for school to over to bring all your grandchildren home talking about all these young people. Young people, we. Eh? Go and sit down on the bamboo bench and wait for preschool to over so you can pick up the grandchildren and bring them home. But you is youth. Youth me foot. Yeah? But these are some of the projects that these young folks were involved in. Let me see if I have one of them talking here. Let me see. Yeah, let me see if I get that one.
Pleasant good morning. I'm Marcia Noel. I'm presently employed with the Imani at the Richmond Home. I'm the leader of Imani for Tongue of St. George. And today we're taking on our first community project, which is the painting of the cemetery walls. The both sides we'll be doing. And majority of our workers are out majority of our team members are out this morning. We are not in uniform because we are doing a painting job and we don't want to soil it. And we're having a good time. Okay.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, let me see who else is talking. We have somebody else was talking there. Let me see. Yeah. Oops, wrong one.
Civil and clean and everything well in place, I think. And Imani is a very good project. You know, we learn to paint. Also, I can paint, but now I learn to paint, and you know, I don't.
Okay. No, I know. Today's Sunday. Today's, yeah.
Oh, it's Thursday, not a Sunday. Okay. Hence the reason buses are passing.
I'm Cassandra Telesford, and I'm employed at the Queen Elizabeth Home. We are doing a project painting the walls. It's a community project. Each constituency has a project. I'm doing it right here. And we decided to paint the wall to beautify it for the World Cup and also for the people in the community because we live around here. Thank you.
Yeah, so we have some of the young people there. Oh, I know my friend was there. I know my friend had to be there. Yes. Indeed, folks. So you said young people were not just thrown into our program, and so there was something that they were doing, they were learning.
Employed with the Grenada National Council of the Disabled, GNCD, located on Scott Street. And it's a wonderful feeling, actually, to be out here Sunday morning. Got up 7:30, first time in a very long time. It feels good just to do something for somebody else.
Okay,
oh, God.
Why do you think this project is an important project? Why are they doing this thing? Why?
I don't know why. Jenna.
Tourist attraction, this would be like a main route for people passing.
Why do you think that this particular project is an important project?
Wait, The main reasons why we're doing this is fully because this is one of the main roads directly to our national stadium. Let's take that over. I find that was
No, you ain't going to take that one over there. You know. Yes, indeed. And we had one of the leaders there that said, that is Gasso. Oof.
I don't know. Go ahead.
So that's Mr. Anderson Gaskin, who was one of the key people leading.
St. George's Mobilization Team. Today we have the Imani trainees from the town of St. George doing this project. They choose this project because, as you know, everybody have the World Cup fever and looking for their community or their constituency to be beautiful, you know. So they use this project to brighten up the cemetery wall, where most of the persons coming to the National Stadium will be passing. So they see it as a viable project for the World Cup. And also, you know, when the World Cup is over, the community still have the beauty. You know, we know when the people from World Cup go back, we have to live here. So then that's why it's a good project, not only for the people that are coming for the World Cup, but for the local persons who is living in the community. As a person living in the community, you know, a long time now, for me, I've been living my whole life volunteerism. I like to help people. You would always find me working in a house, painting the tunnel with the Leo Club and the Tongue of St. George Committee and so forth. I like to help, and it is really good to see this group of young persons here today doing community project. The bad thing about it, so there's only one gentleman, what's his name again? Kwesi, right? Chrissy Matthews. He's the only guy that is on the project, so hats off to all the young women. There are about 30 young women here this morning doing this project, and they're doing a very good job. The persons who are passing here and about with the traffic, you know, giving them good inspiration and telling them they're doing a good work, and they too like to see young people passing, and while they're passing, doing this kind of project. And I hope that we do not stop here, but continue doing projects in the constituency.
So yes, folks, yeah. And yeah, that was when construction was taking place in that area there. Yeah, while we did, we take a little shot at of what was going on, you understand? Yeah, but again, young folks involved in positive activities. All you know what that is there, eh? Yeah, that's when I was putting in the bridge there at the side of the Green Bridge and thing. You all remember that? Nice, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, folks, no, we ain't taking calls yet, man. We'll say when we taking call, we ain't taking call yet. We go take call when we're ready, man. We ain't taking call right now. So when they're talking about where people was and what they was doing and the contribution, because all of this was the contribution of the Honorable Emlyn Pierre and the team of people, myself included, that she had working along with her, but under her guidance and direction. So you saw the Imani out there, you saw them. I wonder this one is what now? Yes, this one was a community project again. I'm trying to remember the exact location of this one. I think I may have shown this one before. I think this one would be in Hermitage, where the young people involved themselves for a community beautification project.
I gotta go and talk to you.
Yeah, and this would have been, if I remember correctly, anybody watching I know that is tell me, but I believe that was Hermitage. The year would be about 2007. Yeah, so that would be in about 2007 that project was taken. So yeah, this big man and woman right now that you're watching there, all them children, they big man and woman right now. But this project, sometimes I just have to look twice. Yeah, that's Hermitage. Yeah. Getting the young people involved, they are clean up the area, neaten up the area and everything. Are you seeing that taking place now? Are you seeing your young people actively becoming involved in community development? Or do they just have a Ministry of Community Development with young people doing absolutely nothing? Yeah? Is it a situation that the young people out there right now only sit down at home with a phone or a tablet in front of them or on a computer? Or with a PSP, whatever it is that have I don't know, it doesn't play them thing. Is that the situation? Whereas during the time of the new National Party, we had young people actively involved in their community, doing things to develop their community. And when they do these things, they kept it with pride afterwards. Yeah? They made sure that they were the ones that took care of it afterwards. Yeah? But ask yourself, what was the present Prime Minister when all these kind of things was going on? I never see he involved. I never know him to be the one behind assisting any group in St. David and saying, well, I help this group or I help that group. I never know him to be involved in anything like that. Yeah? Never. Meanwhile, the Honorable Emlyn Pierre was out there getting the job done. Getting groups like this with Sister Kate Skeeter Lewis Peters out there in Paradise to get jobs like this done. Sea Moon, Paradise, all those areas that the young folks were coming out and being part of the group getting projects like this done. And I wouldn't be surprised if this is the one that I have different projects taking place in that particular area, and I am not sure.
Another a project to sensitize the community of the existence of the group, and to mobilize new members, increase our membership.
Mm-hmm. So folks, these are some of the projects that you had under the ministry. When you had a ministry of youth, when you actually had a ministry of, I ain't know where you know, but this is when you actually had a ministry of youth. What you have now is a shame and a disgrace. I say it loud from the highest mountain in Grenada. It's a shame and a disgrace what we have as an excuse for our ministry of youth right now. As I said, division of youth, not even ministry. It's a disgrace. No projects for young people. Near such a talk. Talk. That's all you're getting. Meanwhile, with the Honorable Emlyn Pierre at the head, these were the kind of things you had going on. Young people actively being involved in developing their community, in doing projects in their community, in doing things to uplift their community, engaging their peers. No, not the Emlyn Pierre, but their peers. So you had all of these projects taking place, all of these programs taking place. And simple as some of them look, they gained, what they did is they brought the community together. So that up to this day, you see these young people still move together and still friends and so on. But you have a bunch of people. We could find out where Mr. Deacon Mitchell was during when all of these things were going on and afterwards. I could show you where he was afterwards, and I wonder if I have something from where he was afterwards. Let me find something from where he was afterwards, man. Yeah, let me find something from where he was.
A little fun is all I am asking, baby. Just a light with the voice, without you making noise. Got to ease some tension, get rid of the week's frustration. By the time I get back home, we go fix it up. Darling, I'm coming to fix it up. We go shake it, we go stir and mix it up.
Yeah, I could tell Ali where he was. Let me see if I could find a GBN news report there from back in the year 2020. We could talk about where he was, you know.
I'm wearing a lock across my neck. This lock represents my freedom, and the people who hold the keys to my freedom is the government and St. George's University.
Meet Rebecca OJ, an employee with St. George's University for the last 8 years.
So we are faced with...
And remember, the lawyer that represented St. George University was who? The lawyer that represented them was none other than Mr. Deacon Mitchell. As the work up to this day, remember, there are workers who were dismissed from the St. George's University who still, according to them, have not been compensated. So we could find Mr. Deacon Mitchell, while others were building communities and getting young people involved in positive activities, dealing with gang warfare and all these kind of things. The present Prime Minister was doing this to workers, man. Yeah, that's what he was doing.
To take the vaccine, which is not mandatory to take, but they're making it in a way that we do not have a choice when they're jeopardizing our livelihood and our rights to be human being and to work and to be privileged to take care of our family.
She is perturbed by the recent pronouncements by government officials in support of the actions being taken by SGU.
And there's a lot of things that the government is coming on national TV.
Again, remember who was the lawyer. The government had to do what it had to do to protect the country. But remember who was the actual lawyer. As the workers Those who have gone home from SGU and up to this day, they still having issues. Ask them.
Phrases with a lot of hidden agenda behind it and hidden meaning behind it, and I think that is unfair and that is wrong to us as a people. They're saying that we should give up our rights for the greater good for the school, and the school should maintain their rights, but we should give up our rights.
Rebecca tells GBN her rationale for not taking the vaccine.
So the HR management have a form that you have to follow, which is called a non-medical claim, where you can claim your non-medical reasons for not wanting to take the vaccine, and there's also a medical one. So I did a non-medical one, and I went up to the HR and they asked me my reasons why I'm not taking the vaccine. They didn't say they had a guideline in why you should.
Yeah, and guess who was the lawyer behind all of this? Okay, all right. Just letting you know, just guess who's the lawyer that was behind all of that.
So I give them my reasons why I'm not taking the vaccine. I say I'm nursing my newborn baby. I'm nursing my baby. I'm also, it's against my religion. It's against my conscience, because I do believe this vaccine still has more medical things to pass and go through. Before the day up, they called me and told me they denied it. I was denied. So they were telling me that my nursing baby doesn't matter, my religion doesn't matter, and my conscience and the knowledge that I know of the vaccine doesn't matter.
On Wednesday, Health Minister Nicholas Steele denied the SGU situation as a case of forced vaccination.
We all have our own individual rights, but in the exercising of our individual rights, we do not have the right to jeopardize other Grenadians. And that is what...
And indeed, and folks, remember, this was at the point in time that people were still unsure of various aspects of not just the vaccination, but the virus itself. Yeah? If people hear you cough, they move. So that was the situation that we found ourselves under. So you know who was the lawyer that was representing them at that point in time? Who was the lawyer? Yeah? Who
Labour
threatened?
Commissioner Cyrus Griffith on Wednesday, following a conciliation meeting in an attempt to resolve the dispute between GTAU and SGU involving the university's insistence on mandatory vaccination, has indicated that he will make recommendations in 2 weeks. In a statement issued by TAU on Thursday, the union said the SGU team, led by local corporate lawyer Dickon Mitchell...
Paul Cyrus Griffith. Well, who was the lawyer? No, can't be that lawyer. No. Somebody else. Can't be that lawyer. No, is another lawyer. Can't be that lawyer. Paul Cyrus Griffith all used to go and type in all the thing.
Union said the SGU team, led by local corporate lawyer Dickon Mitchell, the SGU team, led by local corporate lawyer Dickon Mitchell, served notice that if the protesting workers do not meet the demand by SGU to inform of the decision to be vaccinated or not vaccinated by tomorrow, Friday, their services will be terminated by January 2022. The union team, led by President General Andre Lewis,
also we could ask Brother Andre, we go ask the comrade about the situation there, because we're going back. We want to hear who was the lawyer again. We want to hear, because that's where the name used to pop up. Yeah. Let me hear.
By TAU on Thursday, the union said the SGU team, led by local corporate lawyer Dickon Mitchell, served notice that if the protesting workers do not meet the demand by SGU to inform of the decision to be vaccinated or not vaccinated by tomorrow, Friday, their services will be terminated by January 2022. The union team, led by President General Andre Lewis, reiterated its position that there must be an exemption for breastfeeding mothers, religious beliefs, and severance payment consistent with the union agreement.
And again, we know who was representing SGU. And up to this day, there are still outstanding matters in relation to this from 2020. This is 2026. Yeah, but they didn't care, so they just do what they had to do. They are cut and thing. Who had to go home? That is how they was dealing with it, yeah.
For workers who have stated they have no interest in being vaccinated. TAU said the union pointed out in the meeting that it is improper to ask the workers to make a decision by Friday without knowing the decision of the Labour Commissioner, which will not come before the end of this month. The union statement states that the dispute continues to escalate as the affected workers have received no pay since June 2021, while SGUs claim that workers who refuse to be vaccinated...
But they receive no pay. We wonder who does do that again? Who does make your work your day and you ain't getting no pay?
...that he will make recommendations in 2 weeks. In a statement issued by TAU on Thursday, the union said the SGU team involved in the university's insistence on mandatory vaccination resolved the dispute between GTAU...
Let me see if we could find it, man. It's somewhere around here. It's somewhere around there. Somewhere around there, man. Yeah. Let me see who is representing. When the people that wasn't paying people?
The SGU team, led by local corporate lawyer Deacon Mitchell.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was back during COVID time. All right, yeah. I just wanted to make sure that we know. While Emlyn Pierre was helping develop young minds, deal with gang warfare, and then kind of thing, the person who holds the office of Prime Minister of Grenada right now, that is what he was involved in. Yeah? That is what he was involved in. You understand the difference in people? That is what he found himself involved in. Doing to the people of Grenada, the workers there. I don't think it's just there. Ask about the Calabash situation with the Williams person. I think Williams is the surname, yeah. Ask about the Calabash hotel situation. Ask about the workers at, oh boy, that hotel, the name is slipping me right now. That used to be Ramada. Can't remember the name it is at right now. Ask about the workers there. Ask the situations that they've... Ask the workers at Grenlec. All of them know the name, you know. Some of them still go and dirty the finger for the same individual that do these things to them. Yeah? But they remembering who it was that do that to them. Yeah? They remembering who do that to them. But at least the record is there. So we can go back and find out who did that to them. Yeah? You know, I'll open the phone lines because it's done 9:32 already. I'll open the phone lines a bit. 440-737-734-7329. What? Lord, I call in the overseas number just automatically, you know. Just the WhatsApp number, folks, 440-7377. You can call us on the WhatsApp. You can call us now, yeah? Mm-hmm. I don't throw videos, you know. I keep everything, yeah? That is one thing, yeah. Pack rat when it comes to videos and pictures and things, I pack rat, yeah.
Try and understand.
I call it feel like you forget when the NDC General Secretary was asking about if CBI citizens could vote, because as you get closer to election, these questions become even more important, you know. Yeah, these questions become even more important, yeah.
Do CBI citizens vote in Grenada? Can they vote?
Well, let's put it this way. Grenada doesn't have two classes of citizens. There's only one class. So whether you're born citizen by investment or by naturalization or other means, you have certain rights. I do not know of any citizen by investment who has qualified to register to vote. Now, I'm told that there are one or two who are resident on the island. I was hearing about one who started opened a tile store or whatever and so forth. And of course, that individual will have the right, like any other Grenadian, to exercise all the rights that a citizen has.
Yeah, and that was, remember, the individual who was asking that was Larry Barry, and at the point in time, he was the General Secretary of the NDC. He was asking if CBI people have the right to vote. And you're hearing the response there from Richard Duncan, who is basically confirming that CBI people have the right to vote. Now, you all have seen the increase in the number of CBI people that have been confirmed between June of 2022 and now. You all know of the many couple thousand that came out of Russia and from Africa, China, various other places that are now Grenadian citizens with the right to vote. So when somebody like me tell you all to please check the voters list, I know what I say, I ain't a madman.
So it would mean that they would have had to satisfy the 1 year.
And I think we have a caller online. Hello, good night.
Yeah, good night, Mr. Scott. You remember the time when, in the era when you had the gangs, the Bloods, and all these things going on?
Yeah, yes, that's the first video I showed. It was from that time.
Okay, well, I am tuning in late.
Yeah, the first video was actually some of the young people involved.
I was afraid to walk in the nighttime, and stuff. Yeah. But thanks to Miss Emily Pierre and Miss Anne Antoine, and they put everything together and they get the gangs off the street and everything, and everybody come together. It was so great, and I really thank God that He had used Miss Evelyn Pierre, and Miss Anne Antoine and others, that's who I know, and get the gang, and make Grenada, because people used to be afraid to go out, people closing up the house early in the evening time, because they're afraid of this gang. Somebody can go there, nobody can go there, and this one Granans can go in town and everything. So we have to look back at these things and give Miss Evelyn Pierre thumbs up. She had done a lot for the young people.
She's done a lot for her country. She's done a lot for her country over the years. And you see, when you look at that, you look at her body of work and what she has achieved, what she has done for the people of Grenada. And then you put that up against what the present Prime Minister has done. And there are still people right now unpaid after their severance, after being leaving the SGU. And these people still in a fight for the money. Up to now, people just forget it, but they're still in a fight for the money.
Yeah. Because I was just speaking to my mom about a particular guy who was working in SGU for a lot of years, and he didn't want to take the vaccine, and up to now he didn't even get his money as yet. He didn't get no thing as yet from the time he was working in SGU.
Yeah, I
and now we have a prime minister today that's saying different. He cares, but he do not care about nobody. And I think I was talking to someone about today. Our prime minister today feel that he came to be prime minister by his own, but he didn't came to be prime minister by his own. It's the people of Grenada who put him to be prime minister. And he was playing a clip that day where he speak to the Guardian in Trinidad, and he didn't consult our people in Grenada concerning the deportees from America. But he failed to realize it's the people who put him there. And the people, he have to address the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Not going to Trinidad, because Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique who put him there to be top of the line, so he could go in Trinidad and go all about and say he's prime minister of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. So we could fire him anytime. He's not the boss, we's the boss. We could fire him anytime. He cannot win to be prime minister by himself. And it's time he realized that it's Grenada, people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique who put him there to become prime minister. And it's time we address people in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique the way we're supposed to be addressed, and treat people the way we're supposed to be treated.
Indeed. Thank you so very much, caller. You have a wonderful night.
Yeah, you too.
Yes, indeed. And I'm seeing one of the listeners have messaged that, thanks to Honorable Emlyn Pierre, that is why they came out of the gang thing. And that is just one story, and some of the stories out of many, many, many young men and young women. Yes, it had some young ladies was involved in the thing too, Listen, this gang thing was so bad that you had a group of young men in their teens and their 20s that could not leave Granans and go in town, That if they were on a bus, they really had to force and they must have go in town. And these guys were going to town. That they have to arm themselves. And when they pass in certain areas, they have to bend down in the bus so that nobody can go see them. And they're heading into town. And you had the situation that guys from town could not just go down in grandhands. And that was a situation that had to be dealt with. So you had the Ministry of Youth coming in there and dealing with that particular issue, creating programs. You heard the Honorable Emlyn Pierre speaking in that clip there where she spoke about having some young men placed at a particular location and having to provide transportation to drop them off and pick them up and that sort of thing. That is the lengths we had to go. That is the lengths that we had to go to ensure that these young men and young ladies understood the error of their ways and changed their ways. Right now, you have a bunch of ministers who only interested in when the next buffet is. None of them can fit in the clothes that they swear in 2022. The only thing they're interested in is where the next buffet is and how fat the bank account become. That is the only things that they're interested in. Not a single developmental program for our young people. Just a bunch of talk. We are going into year number 4. And all we still hearing for the development of young people is talk. Meanwhile, what did the new National Party do back in 2013? Near immediately, you saw the return of the Imani program and you saw the first 2,000 young people coming into the program. And then you had, after that, another 2,000. And then by the end of the first 9 months or so, you had about 6,000, 4,000 to 6,000 young people involved in the Imani program. Why? Because you care. And we understood what was taking place with our young people in Grenada, and we know that they needed opportunity. There are young people from the Imani in the British Army. There are young people from the Imani in the American military. There are young people from the Imani right now holding down jobs in Canada, in the US, and they are sending back remittances to help their family here. There are young people who were involved in the Imani that are in middle management and even some in senior management positions in financial institutions throughout Grenada, inclusive of Carriacou. So it was not a program that didn't do anything. And while the Honorable Emlyn Pierre was building, while she was doing all of these things to help develop our young people and to get our young people on the right track, because once you get your young people on the right track, your nation good to go, you know. And while she was doing all of this, other people was busy fighting workers. Not helping workers, you know. They didn't say, well, okay, I'm a lawyer, let me go and help this let me go and help this person, let me go and help that person. No. They were fighting against the workers. Yeah? So I'm warning. You all heard the one I played a little while ago. Let me play it again. Let me play this one again for you, because when we say double check the voters list, we know why we're saying it.
Do CBI citizens vote in Grenada? Can they vote?
Well, let's put it this way. Grenada doesn't have 2 classes of citizens. There's only 1 class. So whether you're born citizen by investment or by naturalization or other means, you have certain rights. I do not know of any citizen by investment who has qualified to register to vote. Now, I'm told that there are 1 or 2 who are resident on the island. I was hearing about one who started or opened a tile store or whatever and so forth. And of course, that individual will have the right, like any other Grenadian, to exercise all the rights that a citizen has.
So it would mean that they would have had to satisfy the 1-year residency status. Like
like anybody else, okay. Yes.
So that
we have to ask the question, are we sure that at this time, people who registered as CBI, who are Grenadians through CBI, that they are not being registered as voters in Grenada, even though they don't meet the criteria of being on island for 1 year? When they go to register, the registration offices, are the folks there asking them to provide their passport and their travel information to prove that they have been in Grenada for the last year? Or are they just taking other documentation? What is really taking place? Because for the NDC then General Secretary to ask that question means that there may be an intention somewhere there. Because it's not NNP was in office there, you know. At that time, that is NDC in office when that question was being asked of one of their party people. So you know that there is a thought process behind that. Pay attention to your business. NNPites, pay attention to your business. You know, I just always say that. Because I take it from a political leader. Pay attention to your business. All right? Nice, beautiful. And I think we have a caller online. Let's go to the phone line. Hello, good night.
Hey, good night, Sheldon. How are you doing?
I'm quite fine.
All right. Sheldon, you know, the commission never changed the attitude. He just like hit me. Hit me. Because it's same exploit the workers when he was a liar. Right? He still a liar, but he prime minister now. The same attitude he has in dealing, exploiting poor people. He become prime minister, and the same thing he doing. The same attitude. Because you have poor people working, and the prime minister don't care whether they get money or they don't get money. The same thing will happen with the people down in the school of medicine down there. Why they do to them? It's the same thing he doing. It's the same thing. So you could see definitely the prime minister, he don't care about the poor and ordinary persons because he a cooperative liar. I care to represent the big business people and ignoring the poor people going to carry compete. Shall I remember the issue that took place in St. Patrick? I think where a young lady, I think she was born in a house. And who was the liar representing the company? It's same Dick Mitchell. It's same he represented the one who was born. And the children born in the house. And he was the liar representing the Grand Lake. You see, he never interested to help people. I already interested to represent business people to make money. And he aim and desire as a politician and as a liar is to uplift himself. While he uplift himself to make money, he destroyed the poor people who can Peter Matic. The poor people that had the children to send to school, they walk in, they can't get paid. Look again the situation where the people carry Peter Matic. I don't talk about that again. What happened? What happened with people carry Peter Matic? Right? They very come, they get money. And he put money on the hand. Tevin hand. Look at what happens. People carry Peter Matic, they still need the home to rebuild. When you look at the can again, he is someone, as I would say, like he see himself and he don't see nobody else. Once he could be rich, he don't care about the poor man under him. All he care about help himself up on the back of the poor people who carry Peter Matic. It's time for the can and his goods to leave, to go. They need to go because they no good for the people who carry Peter Matic. Sheldon, I want to say to you, have a blessed weekend. You and your family.
All right. Thank you so very much, caller. Yes, indeed, folks. No. Yeah, that has to, yeah. Yes, indeed, folks. You know, let me play our next one for you. I wonder this one should be from about 2008. Yeah, I tell all you I don't throw thing. I does not throw thing. Yeah? And I'll just keep it in multiple locations just in case somebody try a thing. Yeah? Nice. Let me see. No, wrong button.
Simmons says his department is committed to the continued development of young people. With this in mind, the Imani program is being restructured and rebranded into the Grenada Upliftment Program.
There are a number of different components to the program, and basically the training component of the program, it differs.
Just remember, it's the same individual that went to them same young people you were seeing there and told them, we will not send you home. That's the history of the NDC when it comes to youth development and so in the country, you know. They watch all these young people here. Let me go back. All them young people out in the trade center, they say, we will not send you home. I am like your father. I will not send you home. And then fire every one of them. Every man, Jack and the brother and the staff that was working along with them were sent home by the end of December 2008. I will never forget it.
To the continued development of young people. With this in mind, the Imani program is being restructured and rebranded into the Grenada Upliftment Program.
There are a number of different components to the program, and basically the training component of the program, it differs vastly from the Imani program in that it offers certification at the end of the program. And not only certification for Grenada, but certification that it would be CSME compliant.
Minister Simmons says there are some variables between the old and new structures, and the changes are designed to build on the strong points.
We have to empower young people, and the only how we could empower them is through education. So if we want them to take up the jobs that will be available.
Remember, this is the same person that empowered them by firing everybody,
When CSME comes fully in swing, they must be prepared for that. How are they going to be prepared for that? It's through education. Our young people have to move out from the comfort zone of the $700. They have to move out. Now is the time.
Minister for Carriacou and Ethnic Affairs, George Prime, assured the youth that government does have a strategy in place to harness and develop their skills.
I know there are difficulties as at all times associated with changes and new programs. As part of our campaign strategy, we have indicated further that these young people that we have inherited, we have to find ways and means of ensuring that they're not left out in the cold.
Yeah, as part of the campaign strategy, not as part of national development of the young people, etc. As part of their campaign strategy.
Young people that we have inherited associated with changes and new programs. As part of our campaign strategy, we have programs. As part of our campaign strategy, we have As part of our campaign strategy, we have indicated further that these young people that we have.
Just remember, yeah, that was GBN back in number 2008, 2009, somewhere around there, right? Yeah. The same people that ended up sending home 2,000 plus young people and did not even take back 1,500 young people afterwards, yeah? They did not even do that. Those same people. Yeah, and that's the advisors and them to them now, Meanwhile, while them was doing them kind of stupidness, this is what the new National Party was doing, man. While they was doing dotishness, NNP was more along the line, I think, like, let me play a little something for a lady.
In 2001, the government of Grenada, through the Department of Youth Development, launched the Grenada Youth Enterprise Initiative. This initiative has several objectives. These are: 1. To provide meaningful employment opportunities for unemployed youth. 2. To facilitate easy access to credit and training for young people who have an enterprising mind and a sound project idea. 3. To promote youth enterprise as a significant intervention for redressing poverty. 4. To encourage young people to contribute to national development. Over the past 5 years, hundreds of young people have been trained under this initiative. This training is done by personnel of the Grenada Development Bank's Small Enterprise Development Unit, or SEDU, on behalf of the Ministry of Youth Development. There are several components to these training sessions, such as registering your business, opening a business bank account, financial management, marketing your business, developing a business plan, as well as other areas as these relate to the successful running of a business. Upon graduation, trainees receive a certificate and the opportunity to present a business plan to the Ministry of Youth Development for approval by the GYEI Board of Directors. And you may ask, just what types of small businesses are funded by the GYEI program? You may also be wondering, how can I qualify to become a part of the GYEI? Well, if you are between the ages of 18 to 32, are unemployed and have a sound business idea or a business...
Oh, just per chance, remember the NDC destroyed this program, it doesn't exist anymore, yeah.
...idea that needs development, then you can apply to the project. You can be funded up to $10,000 for your project at a rate of 3% interest on the declining balance. And you can get involved in a variety of businesses: hairdressing salons, barbershops, agricultural, farming, animal husbandry, art and craft, or become a goods retailer. Let's hear now from some of the GYEI participants.
My name is Lee Beggs, and I'm from Maribor St. Andrews, and I reside at Maribor St. Andrews as well. Yeah, and I get to know about the GYEI program through a meeting in St. Andrews at Bylands, and I asked, how I could get in contact and how I could get help from the program and everything, and then they gave me the number and the address and everything, and I get in contact, and from this I get a help from them, from the GYEI program, to develop myself in my skills, as you can see, as a young artist. And they help me with all my equipments and stuff, and it is a very good program, for the youths of Grenada and around.
My name is Nilan Charles. I'm from Paul St. Andrews, and I'm a member of the GYEI program. And this is some of my work that I have been doing for the past year or so, or after Ivan. My involvement in the program was, one of the main things is to get funding for my project. And I thank the ministry for involving me in the program, because it took a lot to really start a business, and I think that is one of the main objectives of the ministry, is to help the youths, and I'm thankful for that. Well, basically the training has helped me in the way of preparing the business plan, and that is one of the main things young people are lacking, especially if you haven't entered into a secondary school or have the basic understanding of doing a business plan to submit to one of the banks to get funding for any project at all. So that has helped me a lot.
I've got into the GYEI program because I've had a dream, and I always believe in my dream becoming a reality. I thought that I could do something to give back a service to my country and contribute back to my country in a meaningful way. And I thought that I could use my hands, the skills and the talent that God really blessed me with to do that. So I've gotten to the GYEI and gotten the support. And now I am running this business by the name of King Cut Barbershop on Scott Street.
Well, my name is Devon Felix. I live in Paul's, and I became involved in the program through a meeting I got with Senator Pian Dillinger, and I heard about the benefit from which is the GYEI program, which I was very interested in it. So I talked to the lady concerning that, Mrs. Pierre, and she tell me how to go about getting myself started. So far, I benefit tremendously from the GYEI program.
We learn a lot concerning managing your business, how you go about doing it. Going to a business and you do not know anything, first you have to like what you're going to do. Whatever business you're going, you have to like it. Put your mind to it. Because going in it and you don't like what you do, then it doesn't make sense. It helped me because I didn't know much in going to a business and to make profit or anything like that. So the business has put me in a spot to know what I want to do, give me some confidence in myself.
My name is Ryan Smith from Madiga in St. George's. I'm a farmer. And I got involved in the program one day. I was walking up the street with a cherry plant in my hand, right? And I just saw this girl came and she gave me a form and I filled it out. And shortly after, I got a phone call and they told me to come training for the program, and I went, and shortly after I was funded. Well, right now I'm able to manage my business in a good way and keep my records and everything, so the training came in real handy,
The participants of the GYEI also had these words of encouragement about the program.
The government have a lot of programs going on out there that could help y'all, but y'all have to seek to find. Before they just want to stand up by the side of the road. That won't gain all in nothing, right? I'll just get all in big trouble. So get all yourself involved in something. Farming is a good thing. After you farm, the Creator have a great reward for you. I want all the youths to know that. See?
I'll tell them to go for it, because basically it is a good move by the ministry, as I have said, and Minister Pierre is behind the youths, and it is a worthwhile venture, because when you look at it, we are seeing many of the youths are not on positive programs. So in that now you help yourself to develop in doing certain things to help you and also help your community.
I will tell them to go forward and grab to the opportunity that right now we have on stream for them right now. Because to me, do me real good, and others that in it, same way they benefiting good from it. So I will advise any youth whosoever interested in it to go forward for it.
Farm, you have plenty lands. Farm, do a lot of farming. That's the creator work. And the government have a lot of programs out there for y'all. But you just need to see it, right? Seek and then you will find. Don't expect for everything to just come and meet you so. No youths, you are strong, so you have to work. See? Get more conscious of yourselves.
Remember, you too can become a part of the Grenada Youth Enterprise Initiative. Just call the Ministry of Youth Development on 4402.
Can't again, because they destroyed it. You had a program like that was, you know how much young people I know that did training and so on to start the small business and had the small business running. They were so vindictive that they didn't even follow up with these young people afterwards to make sure that the business stayed on track. That is how some of the businesses ended up failing, because the ministry, or what was supposed to be a ministry or was parading as one, did not do their job to follow up with those people. And the same thing has just happened again. You had young people that were involved in small business training and were setting up their small businesses and so totally abandoned by the Deacon Mitchell administration. You had the center in St. Mark, the one in St. David, the business center for young people to set up their own business, because let's face it, not every young, yes, I know 10 o'clock gone, not every young person could come out from school and then go and find a job with somebody. There are some of them with great ideas that could start their own business and could make a living on their own. They could actually be hiring people instead of looking to be hired by people. But what does this government do? Abandon all those programs. The last NDC killed the one that we are showing you there, and we started it back again. This NDC come, kill it again. Like they have a problem with youth development and young people having their own businesses and doing things. But folks, that is all the time we have for tonight. Yeah, I know it. It's all the time we have for tonight and for this week. And once again, we want to thank each and every one of you for all that you have done for the program for this week. Those of you that have contributed, those of you that will be contributing tonight by going to the link and contributing tonight. Yeah? And a reminder, Chris London and Moko, find me on the 4407377. Send a WhatsApp over there. Well, Chris, I heard from Chris. Moko, you need to connect with me on 4407377. Yeah, you need to connect with me there. Or if you have my personal mobile, connect with me there. All right? Yeah. So, folks, that's all the time we have for tonight. And whatever you say and do it safe and secure. I want to be speaking to and with you. And definitely, surely, not about you. Love each and every one of you. And if I have a nice one to go out with. But yeah, I have a nice song to go out with. Yeah. So, folks, that's all the time we have for this week. We'll be back on Monday, God's willing, with more talking points for you. Yeah, I'll play this one to go.